Welcome to Impala Overland, the overlanding, four-wheel drive and camping channel, with a little bit of a difference. What is that difference, you might ask? Well, for one, I'll be showing you how not to put up a tarp. In this, the introductory episode of Impala Overland, you join me on my way to a private campground by the name of Ironbark Ranch, situated roughly 1 hour north of Sydney. The vehicle I'm driving is a 2001 Suzuki Jimny, a vehicle that is somewhat of a compromise in terms of its payload capacity and fuel range. However, I see it as the perfect platform to create a lightweight, easy to set up camping rig for myself to go away 1, maybe 2 nights to campsites that are close to home. Like most private campgrounds in Australia, accessing the actual site itself requires you to pass through the owner's property, opening a number of gates, and sometimes meeting the local cattle. And here we are. This is my campsite for the evening. National Park is just over there, so really close by. So this is Ironbark Ranch. There's the old van. Get it all set up and get tucked in for the night. And here you see my least favorite piece of camping equipment, a tarp. I won't bore you with the details of how I nearly sent my Jimny flying by creating a small sail out of my tarp, but I will say that I will very shortly be replacing this tarp with an awning, so watch this space. As you can see, my primary form of shelter is a swag. This is an Australian tent design, not terribly well known overseas, although I think it is gaining popularity. It is essentially a small tent and bedroll all in one. It has a low form factor when rolled up, when you consider the size of a bedroll, which is quite a large item to pack. It is lightweight, can be located on the roof of the Jimny. It does not exceed the roof load limit of the Jimny, which is a hefty 30 kilograms, and that includes any other gear that I place up there. So the swag works really well on that front, gives me a good, safe, well protected space to sleep, and is quick to set up and light to carry. One of the main goals of this channel will be to share with you how to set up a small, extremely lightweight camping setup, more than likely for one, maybe two people at a stretch, but still maintaining comforts and a little bit of the glamping experience that you might get from a far larger, far heavier setup. On the menu for this evening, we have buffalo wings, which I purchased from a local butcher, and fire-grilled toasted sandwiches, or, as any true blue South African would call them, braaibroodjies. Definitely worth doing. I may not be a chef or be very good at cooking for that matter, but I can definitely flip a sandwich. Something about the fire. The buffalo wings are pretty good too. I've had some of those already. Couldn't help myself. Having finished my dinner and with the rain coming down, being able to make a small fire for myself, I settled in for the night. Good morning. It was quite damp. Not inside my tent, of course, but certainly everywhere else. It's definitely time for coffee. There's nothing like a good coffee. Wake you up, warm you, remind you that you're alive. So I had intentions of moving on to another campsite for this evening. However, it's a bit wet, so I think plan's going to change and I might go for a bit of a drive today and then perhaps call the camping, let my milk warm up, get the jet boil going, warm up some water and some coffee, and I'll head home. I decided to take a little bit of a drive after my damp evening and just get the Jimny out, stretch his legs a little bit. So thought I'd take a walk out to the Mangrove Creek Dam, come and have a look where all of our water comes from. So that's it, back there. Beautiful. There we go. Back home, back to the daily grind. See you later.